It all began with a documentary that claimed the astronauts never landed on the moon.
Nurses can't fight the pandemic of misinformation and also fight the pandemic of COVID at the same time.
The modern anti-vaxxer movement is gaining momentum.
Climate change denial remains more widespread in the U.S. today than almost anywhere else in the world.
You could think about Galileo said that the Earth wasn't the center of the universe, and then he had political consequences because of that.
It's really important right now more than ever to depoliticize science, because we know that morbidity and mortality has no political beliefs.
The public image has been tainted and we've lost the trust of the public in what we do. It is unfortunate that has happened, and we can definitely improve in communicating science and making sure we get across what we work on and why it's important.
If you think the 60s and the moon landing, that was an aspiration that politics had for science to achieve something. So that is the type of involvement that politics should really have in science. It shouldn't be what stops science from moving on. My dad had one of the first angioplastic with stents, and he got everything on tape, and he used to show it to me, all the videotape of his operations.
So my first memory of being exposed to science is since I was a kid, actually. So I grew up next to a national park in Taipei, Taiwan. For me, entertainment would be going into the forest and collect insects and plants.
My first exposure to science was really from my dad. My dad is a crop physiologist, tries to think about what sort of crops are best suited for the Ghanaian climate. I also visited an HIV/AIDS center in Durban. So being able to see people passionately do science and also being able to meet HIV patients in Durban, where at some point 1 in 3 people had HIV, was really nice to see that if science works, it really does have an impact in helping people.
My first memory about science was actually waking up in a hospital in an oxygen tent. I owe a lot to science, not just from that point, but from the drugs I took to help with the asthma to control it, and just the even physiological understanding we have of the lungs.
The first time I was exposed to a very serious disease was with my grandfather, and he ended up passing away with a heart condition. And later on with my grandmother, which I was growing up very, very close to her, and she was diagnosed with dementia. I wanted to pursue a scientific career to help them, to make their life better. Unfortunately, I will not be able to, but I hope I can impact the lives of others' grandparents.
I'm working on engineering backpacks, which can attach to your immune cells to help them fight better with bacteria and fungi.
How do we develop novel immunotherapies or amplify the efficacy of existing therapies?
We are trying to evolve microalgae, meaning cyanobacteria, to make them better factories for making food, materials, and proteins.
What I'm working right now is to find novel therapeutics to cross the blood-brain barrier to treat brain diseases that at the moment there is no cure.
The immuno-RNA therapeutic that is funded by ARPA-H that is focused primarily on finding novel therapeutic approaches to cancer.
So right now we're working on understanding how cells change across disease and aging, and how we can find different central regulators to reverse these changes. This will solve aging, at least as we see it and we know it right now.
I'm working with Garija Goyal on an ovarian cancer treatment, and we were recently funded by ARPA-H to help move this goal forward and bring a treatment to these desperate women.
I am part of the sponsored research team, so we handle the external funding that comes through Wyss. Even though we're not doing the work in the lab, we really do feel like all these projects are our babies.
It's more important than ever to support science because we are in challenging times. Something science is very good at is picking up the challenge and transform it in an innovative way to find an answer for questions we don't have answers at the moment.
Right now, if you want to make the world a better place, the investment has to be continuous.
In order to be able to reap the benefits of all the investment we've done, we have to keep supporting scientists. And if we stop that now, it's going to take decades before we can build the same momentum again.
I think we're seeing a constriction of funding for science from the federal government. I think we are seeing scientists being a little bit worried about the longevity of scientific research.
I think people should be encouraged to go into the science rather than discouraged. It's one of the biggest pillars in the United States. they should be proud of, and they're the leader in this world. There are so many new things that discovered every day here because of this environment. The reason why I am here is because there was a funding that was able to support me.
People can directly talk to scientists, people can read scientific findings, people can move their governments to push science to where they want it to go.
What motivates me, and I think a lot of scientists, is you. The fact that the work that we do can improve your life.
Even today, if you compare the 100 years ago, how far we came, we need to go forward and we need science for it.
We are here to help.
We just want to make the world a better place.
We're working to end suffering.
What we do is for everyone.
We're simply trying to find the truth.
We're working to save your sick family members.
We're not going to give up.